which would be really kind of crazy. So let's go on to one more thing. Elon Musk. So Elon, thanks for that sub. I couldn't read that real quick, but it was on my screen. Um, Elon Musk doesn't like old space tech. Doesn't like it when rockets fall into the ocean, break up, burn up, whatever. Doesn't like it. It doesn't make any sense. It's like throwing away a plane when you're done flying from New York to Chicago. Doesn't make any sense. One flight, you're done. So you get on Twitter. This is from a CNBC article. And of course, they use this dramatic photo of Elon. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk took to Twitter on Thursday to criticize his company's biggest U.S. rocket building competition, ULA. Building their rockets, or because their rockets are not reusable, it will become obvious over time that ULA is a complete waste of taxpayer money, Elon says. There's another article from Quartz, and this is actually an email that they send out, but this is for space business. Let's see here. There's a thing in here with this tweet on it. I saw the tweet earlier. Oh, there it is. Much of this newsletter is sealed to protect the competitive secrets of SpaceX and other bidders, but redacted filings give us a clue about what Musk and company are upset about. Efficiently reusable rockets are all that matter for making life multiplanetary and space power. Because their rockets are not reusable, it'll become obvious over time that ULA is a complete waste of taxpayer money. What do you think of that? What do you think of somebody like ULA who has expendable rockets? The rockets just burn up or they fall into the ocean. They just crash. You can't recover them. There's no way to recover them. As far as I'm concerned, that's old tech. You know, SpaceX has been doing this and they've been proving themselves for, a decade or so. So if they continue to use that old tech and they don't find a way to maneuver their old rockets and build something new that doesn't waste money, that's really, that saves people money, saves the government money, saves NASA money, then they're going to get left behind. It's an older version that's being taken over by sort of, in my opinion, sort of like by new tech. ULA is the backbone of our space system. It is. It is. That's the great thing, though. ULA has very, very reliable and dependable rockets. ULA has a great system that totally works. It's just everything about it works great except for the end of it, which is the rocket did its job, sent the thing to orbit, don't need the rocket anymore. Or send it to Mars or whatever. Don't need the rocket anymore, so get rid of it. It works. It works totally fine. But the fact that, that there's other alternatives out there, right? There's way other alternatives. Blue Origin is one of them, SpaceX, of course, and they both work. Everything works. Blue Origin doesn't quite work yet. They're not quite there yet. They'll make it there, though. They'll make it there. They have a bunch of money. They have a bunch of time. But I agree. What a waste of my money, Jamie says. Love your streams, but I have to go. SXZ Psycho. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Have a great day. And thanks for that info earlier. But they may change the metal. Oh, nice. Makes sense. It's old tech. Love SpaceX. Both tech work, but SpaceX will make better use of taxpayer money, stretch the money further, which will speak for itself long term. I agree with that. That's why Apollo quit. They threw away 90% of Saturn V. Only the small spaceship came back to Earth. Right. They have that gigantic rocket. At the very, very tip of it, like a tiny, tiny piece, is where the people sat, right? The people just hung out at the top of this gigantic rocket. And it's like the whole thing was just gone. Like there's no reason to keep it because those people were off to the moon. And then why worry about landing these rockets when the most important part are the people? And that's how people have thought for a long time. Get the mission done. And then from there, you don't have to really worry about the other stuff. But the mission is critical, of course, but also, if you're going to save money and you're going to work towards a better, multiplanetary system, something like SpaceX or Blue Origin, et cetera, will be the way to go in the future, I believe. I mean, that's my opinion. I think we'll still need the tech from somebody like ULA for a while. This kind of stuff doesn't turn around really quick, right? So ULA has contracts for years and years and years, and um, decades possibly in the future to launch military satellites. They just won a giant contract with hundreds of millions of dollars, over $250,000, just like ULA or just like SpaceX did. SpaceX won 313 million. That was 40%. ULA won 60% of that bid, which is 360 million. Is that right? Somewhere around there. Anyway, they won a bunch of money. So ULA will be around for a while till 2028, doing the same thing that they do now because they have technology that works totally fine. It's just the fact that you can't refuel it and you can't send it back again because space is hard. That's what they always say, right? Rockets are hard. So both are worthwhile. Both are worthwhile. Andre, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thanks for the super chat. Even the capsule isn't reused, right? Right? That exactly. Andre, thank you for that. Uh, Andre and people that super chat and become members of the show really help out the show a ton. So thank you so much for that super chat. It really does help. It really does. So I can continue doing the show because of Andre and people that support the show through super chats, super stickers, etc. So thanks for that. So both techs work. It's going to be a while before ULA kind of has something cooking. Has something cooking in the background, and they make something reusable. So it's going to happen eventually. It's going to be a little while, but it's going to happen if they want to continue getting these contracts because SpaceX, they're right there. They're right there. They didn't have 50%. If they would have had 50%, ULA got 50%, then times are a changing. Or if SpaceX got 60% of that and ULA got 40%, then things are shifting. But SpaceX is getting 40%. It's already headed that way. So in the future, I think that's where it's going to go.